There we go. All right. Morning. Timestamp. Uh, it is. Okay, yeah. June 12th, 2025, about 4 a.m. I've been up for a little while. I frequently go to sleep with like Doctor Who, because we got the whole Roku thing going on. Ugh. So, woke up during Time Flight, Peter Davison. I haven't seen that one in a while, so I actually kind of sat and watched it for a bit. Recovering. Uh, Watched a quick insert by. Got some sausage on the stove right now. Got some eggs over there ready to go. I asked Scrappy, and he said that eggs and sausage was kind of, a good go-to for breakfast, so we'll do that. Health check, I feel pretty good. I'm still having the occasional, some kind of gunk going on in my lungs, but nothing like the near-death feeling that I had going on. So that's good. So I'd say I'm still hovering around 95%, which is good. I can work with that. I'm trying to get stuff done. I just watched a. If you are into, from a political standpoint, the more progressive, like liberal mindset, check out Brian Tyler Cohen. He's kind of amazing. But apparently the orange guy just got booed at the Kennedy Center, which I find delightful. I didn't know this, but apparently he fired the board of directors for the Kennedy Center. I knew there was some shenanigans going on there, but I wasn't sure to what extent. And he installed himself as the chairman of the board and put sycophants on the board. Here's my word of warning there. As a bard, it's cabaret all over again. Even the orchestra is beautiful. When a king starts feeling the need to control the arts, to control the bards, that's where we are, boys and girls. That's where we are. You've got. This is why Bill made fun of the royalty. Okay? That Bill Vanilla Shakes guy, whatever. That's why he made fun of the royalty. Because they tried to control what was being shown in the theaters near you. He went to go see, and I guess that was Melania or Melania's body double. I don't know anymore. Kidding on that. I don't want to spread that conspiracy theory, but you can't convince me that he and his mail order bride are a very happy couple. I won't buy it for a minute. She got a lot of money and a nice kid out of the arrangement, but it was a business deal. He needed a trophy. She wanted to take it in, plus the money. Obviously, there was more than a handshake involved, but I don't think they sleep in the same bed anymore. I think that ship sailed and sank in the harbor. But anyway, I guess they went to see Les Mis? I mean, he was fascinated with Bastille Day, so okay. But yeah, they've committed to a war on drag and things of that nature at Kennedy Center. And I guess Hamilton was supposed to be there for July, and they canceled. Hamilton canceled, although they probably might have been canceled by the new board had time allowed. I'm hoping he gets a chance to see Scarlet Pimpernel. I think that'd be good for him. And no one tell him what Kinky Boots is. Rocky Horror, he's probably, because it's such a pop culture icon, he probably knows what that is. So that one's going to get canceled for sure. But yeah, no one tell him what Kinky Boots is. Maybe that can sneak in there. Or Hedwig. He made us think it's a Harry Potter thing. He's never had a 7-year itch. I'm certain that he can afford the doctors to give him the creams and stuff that'll take care of any kind of itch before it goes too far. Anyway, you're getting the Marcus just woke up comedic diatribe, free-flowing inner monologue right now. You're welcome. Found a video, I haven't watched it yet, of a complete subject change, by the way. We're going over here. Tanner, thanks, man. That sound cue worked out pretty well. It's like, squeak! I haven't watched it yet. If you know me, you know that I'm like obsessed with the Haunted Mansion, the Disney attraction. And I guess they closed the Haunted Mansion in Anaheim to do a refurb on some stuff, including the bride. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm like kind of excited about it. I'm in the Tampa-ish area, so, and have been for years, so we haven't been to the parks in over 10 years, which makes me cry. We used to get the Florida resident, the seasonal pass, which had a lot of blackout dates, but honestly, the dates that were blacked out, you didn't want to go anyway, because those were the days that you'd wait 3 hours for Space Mountain kind of days. That's no bueno. We used to do that, but that was years ago when I missed the parks bad. And it's gonna be a while before we go back to the parks. But a huge Haunted Mansion fan, huge, and I love everything about it. Ish. I still remember, because I'm not 10. I still remember when they had, giant spiders and not the that I call it the Escher room. I made a neat whistle there. It was fun. But with the staircases and the footprints and whatnot, it just makes me think I'm going through an MC Escher work. There used to be like giant spiders, which would have absolutely traumatized my youngest. Traumatized me as a kid. I'm not arachnophobic, but a 6-foot spider that will make a 7-year-old gasp. So they've done a lot of refurbs. I'm excited about the Hatbox coming back. From what I've seen, the placement of the Hatbox Ghost for Orlando is stupid. Anaheim, they got it right. He needs to be in the attic or at the attic exit. They put him at the endless hallway and took out the Donald Duck chair. What? What? No, don't do that. That's a Crump chair. Put the chair back. He doesn't need to be there because the spirits have not begun to materialize, because they have not sympathetic vibration. We're not there yet. You should not see any like full body ghosts until after Leota. There's a storyline within the anyway. But one of my biggest problems with the, I'm going to say more recent refurbs, is like the past 20 years. That's, recent. The Bride. You don't have to go back to the pulsating heart Bride, which creepy AF. You don't have to go back to that though. Okay, cool. And I've seen pictures and video of the actual actress they got for the like hologram overlay on the face on the 20-year ago whatever refurb. Pretty lady. The effect doesn't work. It doesn't work right. It looks like a special effect done mediocrely, which I expect better from the boys and girls at Imagineering. So apparently they did some kind of refurb on the Bride in Anaheim. So I have the video queued up. I'm going to check that out probably while I eat. I'm kind of excited about that just because, did you get it right now? I'm allowed to be a little critical. Not yelling, get off my lawn. I'm not there yet. But today, got just a few of these like little gnat things flying around. They're really damn annoying. Occasionally they make me throw up my coffee. It makes me sad. When you go to take a shot of your coffee and you look in there and you see this little black speck floating around, it's like, sadness. But true story. So I think I'm going to begin. I just walked the pups a few minutes ago too, right before I hit record. I think I'm going to, bear in mind, I had pre-packed probably 100 to 200 boxes of just stuff between what I had pre-packed and what Pix, because she basically packed up my little office niche and dropped it off with me, which that was the plan. That's cool. It's not a, why'd you do this, woman? If she's trying to get space back at George while she gets stuff going. Because, my dad's not coming home. We're going to start prepping this place as though we were going to live here while we do the stuff the state of Florida has told us needs to get done. Bed bugs, lanai, the lanai ceiling's worrying me a little bit. It rained pretty hard last night. And I feel like the one giant section has a little bit more sag than it did, which I have a plan where I can reinforce that a little bit. But that's going to take me days to get set. And my plan is, my parents have a side-by-side fridge in the garage. Anytime an appliance died over the past couple of years, they just kind of left the corpse where it was and tried to repurpose it. They've got, I think it's a side-by-side fridge, I don't know. They've got a fridge out there that isn't plugged in that they were using as like a pantry. But we need the square footage in the house proper. So I'm going to see if I can empty it and drag it out there and put it under as a like backup support, so that if the ceiling does start to go, it'll have a very solid thing to like land on. I'm gonna put it next to, I think I know where I'm gonna put it out there. But it's gonna take me a minute to create a path to where I can drag it out, and also getting it just from the garage to the lanai is gonna be a bit of a chore. But I need the ceiling to not collapse between now and then. And it's not a fix for the lanai. It's just a stopgap because I got to get the interior of the house prepped so that I can get working out here first. That's the priority. But I think today I'm going to go through. I've got boxes of books and paperwork. I'm not going to go through all the paperwork today because that is a time suck that I don't want to put myself into because it's just a bad idea. Because some of that paperwork, just notes and whatnot, it'll take me a week to 2 weeks to sift through all that. You know, some of this is stuff that I should have been looking at over the past 6 months, just gotten put on hold because of the shenanigans with my parents. So I don't want to jump into that because I will lose my soul. But I can at least separate it and isolate it and get the books. So I've got a bunch of books because I'm that kind of dork. But I can get those set. I've got one of the little mini bookcases here kind of moved where I want it. And then I've got a shelf on the hutch over here that I've got my PC tower on. So I can at least get the books situated and get rid of some more boxes. Working the problem. Meanwhile, of course, doing laundry. My God, they have clothes. And just general cleaning, boxing of things. Not bored. Not bored. I'm good, thanks. Oh no, what will I do with my time? Yeah, that's a non-issue. Check my sausage. Mother of pearl. But yeah, this is what I've got to deal with currently. Those are my boxes of books down there. Got the chest freezer to the garage yesterday. The sausage is cooking pretty good. Scrappy, it's not done yet, buddy. And you walk to the stove and he's like, what are we having? He's gonna follow me around now. Like a Yoda backpack. Dude, it's gonna be a minute. Or 20. He's so impatient. So impatient. Sad bones. This close-up of my nostril brought to you in part by Kellogg's. The breakfast people. Oh, yeah, so we're going to go through boxes of books. And I'm going to start. Got a bunch of. Just calm down, Scrappy. It's going to be a minute. Just chill out, man. I know you're like the sausage involved here. I can't calm down. What are you thinking? I have a whole bunch of these Among Us figures on my makeshift desk over here. They amuse me. Love these guys. I'm so 12. Going to PG. Made some Harry and David breakfast blend coffee. That's what we're drinking this morning. Got a couple more bags of laundry done yesterday. Mostly t-shirts. It's like 2 giant washer loads of t-shirts. Need to vacuum again in the living room too, because the carpet's starting to get a little funky. There's so much to do here. I try and chip away at the pantry items every day just to either get it on the pantry in here, you know, if it's in the pantry in the kitchen, it's been checked, it's good. I'm leaving some stuff on the counter over there that is stuff that should be used right the hell now. And then stuff that is a year out, 2 years out, 3 years out. Because that exists in this house. That is going into, there's a blue container out front that we usually store those things in. If you're prepping, cool, but you gotta rotate your stock. The amount of waste, it just hurts my soul, man. Still haven't found the vehicle key and or the paperwork. Kind of walking away from that for a minute because I need to concentrate on what I can concentrate on. I did about 2 days of treasure hunting in the workshop. Came up with some interesting odd things here and there, but not the stuff I was looking for. And I did get into his little tool closet, whatnot. It was mostly tools. Did find an interesting little metal tackle box, like a little metal tackle box. Interestingly old. And if you're an older person watching this, I'm not understand. When you look at a metal tackle box and you go, this is from the 60s or 70s, you know, there's a certain look to them. And this one I think is probably from the 60s, but I opened it and it has a whole bunch of Vietnamese paper money and Vietnamese coins and other stuff like that. This is, I found his Vietnam treasure box almost. My dad. So I mean that's pretty cool, but I'm making sure that that's secure too, because I have no idea value-wise whatnot, and I don't even know that I'd part with it anyway, because it's kind of a piece of my dad. But I was like, okay, this is some of the stuff you brought back from Nam. Okay. Interesting. He's got a little treasure box. It's very magpie. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be my day. Going through books and papers. Sorry, I'm having a young Frankenstein flashback. Books and papers. It is. This is not my grandfather's library, though. It's all crap that I brought with me. My Douglas Adams, my Robert Heinlein, you know, various nonfiction reference books, dictionaries, thesaurus, nerdy stuff, you know. But at least try and get them organized and get some cardboard somewhere, not here. My dad hasn't called, which mixed feelings, you know? Mixed feelings on that just because I don't mind hearing from my dad. I love my dad, but I don't want to keep having the same conversation over and over. It hurts to do that. And I can't give him answers that he wants to hear. You know, I'm not going to be there to pick him up in 10 minutes to bring him home. That's not a thing anymore. I'm sorry, Dad. It's not. You know, you can't remember what you did an hour ago. That's why you're where you are. The state of Florida has said not only is there a suicide risk here because of his wife, but also he can't manage his own business. He can't take care of himself anymore. And it's obvious to everyone but him, which I guess is probably pretty normal. You know? So, I won't be seeing my girl today. I'll be seeing her tomorrow. We've got a couple errands to run. Probably talk to her on the phone later. So we typically talk once a day too. You know, when she's not here. But I won't be bored and I won't be lonely. I don't really get lonely exactly. I have so many voices in my head. I keep myself company quite well. It's true. I'm going to go ahead and sign off there. Really, really don't want this to take 2 years. Really don't want it to take 2 years. Please, dear God. Alright. Crack some eggs. Make it a great day.